The voting meeting, and we appreciate the training that the plant board has given us. Not only the training, but the use of this very valuable equipment. And they have trained our IT staff, and I want to thank Bobby for videoing this particular session. And if you're watching this in the comfort of your home, it proves we were successful.
The two previous ones, that Commissioner Welder, are they shown on cable 10 too?
Oh no, they're not on cable 10. I just uploaded them onto my private YouTube account.
Oh.
And posted a link to them on this in the My Citizen News section of the State Journal's website. But they're not on any public resources or channels right now. They are public. They are public property because I labeled them as Creative Commons, which means that there's no proprietary rights. So they are technically owned by the public, and anybody can access them, use them, do anything they want with them.
All right, we're down to a new business. New business. Commissioner Wilder.
I've got two pieces, and they're both pretty quick. And maybe we still do this, and I'm just missing it. But we used to run monthly ads in the paper, just posting full meeting dates and times for the entire month, not just of city commission meetings, but of ARB and all of our city boards. Do we do that anymore?
Yes,
we do. Okay.
I can't help it if they don't publish them.
I see them. So we never actually paid for them as advertisements. We always
pay for them as advertisements. I don't see the bills on those, but I fax them to the press and request a publication date.
Oh, we're paying for them, and maybe they're not getting printed.
I don't know. I don't see them myself, but
I just haven't seen them in a while. Could we?
I'll follow up on that. I believe Sharon always sees them and tapes it to the board out there.
Well, and I might be missing them in the paper, but it's just nice to let people know at the beginning of the month when and where all of our meetings are. And also, and this is a much larger topic, but I just want to broach the topic today. I think at some point, I think it would be appropriate for us to review our overall compensation policy. In regards to, longevity pay is obviously a piece of that's been talked about a lot over the past couple of years. We talked in previous work sessions about wanting to actually kind of have a more direct dialogue with employees when it comes to compensation policy, and the possibility of establishing meet and confer. The unions has gone up and down. I don't have a problem with recognizing the unions and getting together to talk with them. But I frankly, I don't, whether or not we use the term meet and confer, that doesn't matter to me nearly as much as the fact that we actually meet with city employees to talk about some of these things. I guess in a similar context to what we did with the garbage forums, except just specific to staff, and really give folks an opportunity to kind of sound off on their concerns regarding compensation practices and policies, and at least get that dialogue started. And I know that's not an overnight thing, but maybe we could, now that we're getting through the budget and heading into a new fiscal year, maybe that dialogue could start. Yeah. And I think it'd be good for it to start just with hearing from staff.
It might be smart to do a series of commission-led staff meetings or something like that, where we give staff the opportunity to come up and comment or ask questions or anything like that. That way you avoid any of the immediate fears of the meet and confer question, but you still can create a forum for a dialogue between your employees and the commission.
And if staff want to talk about meeting and conferring, then this would be an opportunity for them to voice those concerns. That's all. I just wanted to put that on the table. We can pick it up next month.
I have no new business.
Discussion items, any type? You got anything else to say?
No, sir.
Okay, any reports or anything? Okay.
Any,
Any-
Jeff?
Okay. Jeff, Mr. Hackmark and Chief Lloyd, come forth and make comments.
I'd like to get permission to add 2 items to the agenda. One is we have our Phase 2 stormwater permit. It's our 2004 year-end review, and we need to get the mayor's signature as required by the EPA. And this is the first year that they've ever required us to get the mayor's signature on our year-end report. But I guess the whole point is they want the board and the mayor to understand our Phase 2 stormwater program a little bit by actually getting a copy of it and what we're supposed to do to fulfill the requirements of the permit to get that out to you all. So I'd like to add that to the meeting for June. And the second item would be a change order. Our Home Street project is wrapping up, and we issued a contract with to rebuild the sidewalks adjacent to the stormwater pipes that we installed, and now we're ready to pave the streets. But we're going to pave more of the area than what we put stormwater pipe in the ground, and so as part of this process of taking over all the sidewalks in the right-of-way, kind of the trigger point is when we resurface the street, we're going to upgrade signs, sidewalks, and as we resurface, so we're kind of resurfacing a bigger area than we put the stormwater pipe in. So to handle those sidewalks outside the original scope of work, we'll create a change order to add that to the contractor's scope.
Great.
So with your permission, I'll add those 2 items to the June agenda.
Okay, you will do that.
I guess I have a question real quick, Jeff, and it's just the funds to improve just those transportation improvements, the sidewalks and the signage. Is that municipal aid money?
Yes.
Or is that, okay.
Municipal aid it comes from the gas tax, and that money has to be spent within the right-of-way and for transportation related items like resurfacing, sidewalks, signs, those types of items.
Understood. We can. I mean, I assume we. This is just for the sake of conversation, but that's not the only money we can spend on that stuff. That's just the only stuff we can spend that money on.
It's a restricted fund
Sure.
to those items.
Sure, but those items aren't restricted to that funding, right? As in, we could spend general fund money on that stuff.
That's correct.
Okay. I was just curious to know where it was coming from then in that context. But thanks.
And we'll put the balance of that account on the agenda item.
Chief?
Just like to request to add 2 conditional offer of employment to the agenda. We've got slots open from 1 retirement and 1 resignation that'll be on this agenda. And of course, after the fiscal year, I anticipate losing minimum of 4 more people. So we need to keep moving with the conditional offer so we can continue doing the background investigations on these candidates. And the other thing I have, if those of you who are on Facebook, if you take a look, we have a Frankfort Police Department Facebook page now. So take a look at it. There's some pretty neat stuff on there.
Yeah.
All right.
Excellent.
Thank you, Chief.
Mayor, you'll have to get a Facebook account, I believe.
Just be careful with Twitter. Lots of people can get in trouble.
Okay, any others?
Jim, excuse me, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Jim, did you want to announce say anything about the tour?
I hope they all know about it. 4 o'clock at our office. We'll start from there, introduce everybody, and hopefully we'll be done in 3.5 hours, something like that. You know, it's like anything else. We got a schedule, we can change the schedule depending on the weather. We do have a couple of demonstrations, so hopefully the weather will cooperate.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Can I just add a comment real quick, Mayor, before
Certainly.
we close? I just want to thank Randy and all the human resource staff for the hard work that they put in on the health insurance. I think that it's a step in the right direction, and I appreciate all of the work you put in, especially having the meeting, all the meetings with employees.
Okay. Any other comments? I would be willing to entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Yes, second?
I'll second it.
Second. All right, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Wilder?
Yes.
Commissioner Hadden?
Yes.
Commissioner Turner?
Yes.
Mayor Graham?
Yes, okay, we are adjourned.
That was just an hour 15.
Bill not showed up anymore? Bill's not showing up anymore, it's 2 in a row.
I know. You know,